Hey everybody, thank you for coming into the stream once again. Today we are picking up where we left off with our Tager family, kind of. Our Tager pack as they are getting ready to leave the Arcology of Chicago and go out into the area around the city proper to investigate a lead that they discovered by their operator. Let's move everybody on over to the Leaving the Arcology. And this is pretty much the view, like I said before, as you guys are driving through the city. Now, you do have essentially what is, for lack of a better term, kind of like a box truck or like a panel van. So it's easily large enough to fit all of you. I'm just curious to who's driving.
I don't think I have
drive.
I'd say I don't think I took any drive. So not me. Unless you'd like to crash into literally everything.
Yeah, I'll trash the hell out of the van if I drive. I mean, I'll do it.
I mean,
What's drive under? Is that
don't
under,
ask
like,
me
intellect or
twice.
I think would that be under pilot?
I believe so. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm unskilled in pilot, so can't help you there.
Well, at least I know where I'm dumping my next fucking whatever XP.
I'm just curious. It's not like you're gonna.
I have pilot of 2.
Oh, cool. You're
there
driving.
we go.
Arclight is driving the van. Now we've got that figured out. So
That's good. At least we know.
driving to the edge of the Arcology is pretty much a very mundane and very boring affair. Like, you guys get in the van, Arclight, kicks over the engine, and you guys start heading your way towards the western edge of the Arcology. Now, the way the city's built out is very similar to how it is right now in terms of like a very much a grid work. A cross section of streets are pretty much just like straight lines here and there, the occasional curve. But as you get closer towards the edge of the Arcology, since this entire dome that you guys can see here has been built over the city proper, once you get close to the edge, streets start kind of curving back around and like connecting to the next one over, if that makes sense. Like, you basically go a roundabout into the street coming back the other direction, because you can't obviously go through the walls of the Arcology, and you don't want to dead end at one either. So they just kind of loop all the streets back into the city itself. Now, when you get into the lane to actually leave the Arcology, it's like crossing a border. So you have all these stations that are set up, like maybe 5 or 6 lanes that are going out and like 4 that are coming in. Now, the ones going out, there's not a lot of security. Because like I said before, when we were talking about this, there aren't concerns so much with people leaving the Arcology. It's when you come back in that the concern starts, because now you could be bringing something like, you could be a cultist, you can be, one of the various types of meta-human creatures out there trying to get in. So there's a lot of scans involved, a lot of security checkpoints involved, a lot of double-checking your documents, double-checking your records. So getting back in is far more of an arduous task than just leaving. As you're leaving, essentially you give your reason for heading out. You get scanned really quick, and you go upon your way. So the out lanes move a lot faster than it does coming in. So maybe a grand total, you're waiting for about an hour once you get in line. It's like maybe a 24 or so cars deep, kind of backing out. And there's a lot of different vehicles that are leaving the Arcology. Many of them are shipments, like a lot of them are trucks like the one that you have. Some are more armored sedans, more than likely for businessmen or people who live outside of the Arcology itself, just are returning home or going to do business out there and coming back. You also have the occasional NEG truck, the New Earth government, like military vehicle leaving out. And for a lot of times that can be either to patrol the area around the Arcology, to investigate something going on out there that's of importance to the NEG, or to reinforce garrisons or kind of switch people in and out. So it's not that uncommon of a sight, to see this. As you guys head out of the Arcology, the outside is something that's very, I want to say, different than what you would expect to see inside. Inside, we have all these buildings that are covered by that big overarching dome that kind of like covers everybody and protects everybody. On the outside, it starts getting a lot more crowded. There is no dome. You see a lot of the buildings are kind of modular in design, so they can be fixed as necessary. And the farther away you get from the Arcology walls, the more run down some of these buildings get. So you guys drive on out, and the roads are still concrete. You know, there's not like now you're in the wastelands type feel to this. It's just that there's a different level of security. Like as you guys pass through the archways essentially to leave the arcology, and you look over to, you know, like the south or the north, you can see by the roads that come inside, they have mechs standing there, like one to either side of each door, probably about a good 20, 30 feet tall, and they're just watching the traffic come in and out. And these are there just in case something, let's say, unexpected occurs, and they have to handle things. It's also kind of a show of force. You know, obviously don't come near here unless you're 100% positive you're going to get through. Otherwise, a mech might just step on your car and crush you like bug, you know?
Ish.
Yeah, squish, squish. So that's essentially how things look around the inner part of the arcology, you know, exterior. As you get farther out, like I said, the buildings get more run down. You start running into a lot more of the old style buildings that were here before everything went down, before the arcology was built. Now, a lot of the buildings inside, they still are very much the same facades from you'd recognize today. You go in there, like some of the skyscrapers look the same. Some of the, you know, like the stock exchange in Chicago looks the same. But a lot more of the other buildings that got, you know, rebuilt or have had to get repaired over time, they start having a lot more of a, I guess, futuristic look, a little sleeker, a little more like, you know, modular in design. And that modular design kind of really is mimicked out here in these buildings you see once you start leaving. But as you get further out, as you're going towards this address that Eric has given you, the buildings get a little more broken down.
So a little more stacks and a little less actual stacks.
Right.
It's important to note. Shotgun, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You'd like two to the back of your head? We can make it happen if you want.
3-barrel.
I called it.
It's hard to call something when you have something stuck in your throat.
What, like a grilled cheese?
Yeah, I made sandwiches, and I called it.
You have no choice but to make the sandwiches. You failed what Savage put out for you.
Relax, kids.
Let's not make Arclight turn around.
I'm not turning around.
All I'm saying is that there are rules to these things, and if we abandon them, then we just kind of degenerate into chaos.
Literally points at world outside of van.
Right, exactly. We don't need any more than we already have, do we?
One of
How
these
can you
days he's
argue
gonna get
that?
black bagged in the middle of the night and left in the freezer.
How do you think we got here in the first place?
Black bagged
Oh, was
in a freezer.
that just me?
He'd miss me if I was gone.
Yeah.
I think he'd fuck up the freezer. Like, that would just be a waste of money.
Outside of here,
Funny.
there's just is there the equivalent of like law enforcement patrols, shit like that? Okay.
So when you're closer to the arcology, you have a lot more like NEG patrols. As you get a little farther out, those patrols start to get more and more infrequent because you're getting further away from safety, right? So the further out you are, the less protected you are by the NEG. Now, some companies are actually out here that do their own like private security for hire for different neighborhoods. But as you get even further out than that, it's almost like the Wild West. You know, neighborhoods band together to stop bad shit from happening, as opposed to we rely on law enforcement or another outside agency to protect us. It becomes more of a we've got to handle ourselves because nobody's coming to help us type situation.
Because they're too far away from...
Yeah. And in cases like, let's say, rural communities, like small farming communities, they're very xenophobic. Anybody who comes in from outside, you better go through real quick, because unless you are all human and are really friendly with the locals, but not too friendly, people kind of look at you suspiciously. It takes a long time to get trust when you're coming in from outside the community because all the crazy stuff that's out here. I mean, there are literally beasts that can be summoned from beyond that can mimic a person exactly, and they turn into horrific monsters. So obviously that,
Like we saw last week.
yeah, and definitely in a way. I'm gonna fix this really quick.
Well, and kind of like us.
Yeah, kind of
No.
like you, but
I mean,
not really.
admittedly, we are not
No.
monsters that turn into people. We are people that turn into monsters. There's a
We're a
difference.
higher form of being.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a symbiotic relationship. Not it has come and taken us over and learned to mimic who we once were.
No, potato.
I mean,
Man, you
Yeah.
got problems. I'll pull my flask out and kind of look around and take a nip.
so
I'll spark a
Don't
joint.
drink and drive. That's how we got here.
We're stopped ish.
the address you get is a bit further beyond the NEG patrols, like maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles outside the Arcology. Now, if you recall, the address was for a NEG private. Her name is Lindsay Thomas. She was a known associate of Richards. Remember the guy who was the other PAX operator who went missing and let those things into the base?
Okay, right.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah. So,
Fucking Doanoids.
right, as you guys were trying to figure out what was happening at the base and fought off those Doranoids, Eric was hacking stuff and trying to figure out what was going on. And then you guys got the hard drive, essentially, what images you could salvage and what footage you could salvage off of the Ravener's hard drive. And he managed to get you still images that showed that, Richards let these guys in. Hightop let them in. So then he basically put out this like broad net to try to catch anything from any of his known aliases going anywhere. And that's where he found them leaving the Arcology, which you guys got home. It was like 10 minutes gap. It takes you about an hour to get out. So you're about an hour and a half behind him, essentially, by the time you get out here. When you guys start driving through this neighborhood, a lot of the buildings are run down like you see here. And the building you're looking for is that one with the Coca-Cola sign in the back. I had to make that, by the way.
Man, these
Nice.
brands.
Right. She's on, like, say, the 20th floor. The small balcony, obviously, at that point, because everybody pretty much has tiered balconies going up to the top. Now, as you guys start pulling closer, you actually will get a buzz from Eric. Interceptor.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Hey, I just want to let you guys know I'm about 2 cars behind you. Arclight will see there's like a black sedan, like 2 or 3 car lengths behind you guys, just following very casually.
We're gonna pull down a little ways, so we're not gonna pull directly into this parking lot.
Okay.
If there
And then
is, in fact, a parking
approach from
lot.
there.
There's street parking, there's a parking lot. I mean, the blocks down here are a little more, since you're only about 2 miles out from the Arcology, there's still some semblance of old school type block. The
Now, how
neighborhood
far
block.
out does the Arcology go again?
Oh, you're out of it already. I mean, if you're
Well,
talking
yeah,
about
but we have the city of Chicago is
Right.
within the Arcology, correct?
All
How
the
far
way-
outside of the city?
all the way out to Arlington Heights, essentially, is how far that Arcology
Yeah.
extends. It's huge.
So if we're 2 miles outside of that, we're like Schomburg-ish area.
Yeah, Schaumburg,
Yeah,
Palatine.
roughly.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. We'll either pull into a parking lot about a block or 2 away, or we'll park on the street. Doesn't really matter to me. But once
I'm
we're
gonna
there,
I'm gonna choose to do street parking so I can get away easier.
Okay.
it's not like we can't move a car if one parks too close.
Yeah,
Um,
well, unless we can't be in that form.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, move a
Well-
car, light it on fire.
So
How busy is it?
I might still be able to do it.
how busy?
That's just
is it?
because you're so hot.
So you guys did the original run at like 2 o'clock in the mornings when you left. So it's literally dawn. It's probably like around 7 o'clock in the morning at this point, because it took you an hour and a half to get out to the exit to leave, and then you have to drive another 20 or so minutes to get past that, plus the issue. So it's probably like around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So the sun's coming up, which, by the way, is fucking weird to you guys, because you're used to living in the Arcology where the sun's well, it's artificial for lack of a better word, right? Like it's there, but that dome kind of blocks it, and you have those lights on the inside. Remember, they kind of like make up for
Try to
the
mimic
light.
it.
Yeah.
Light go
So-
off, light go on, light go off,
All
light
right.
go on.
So here's the deal. Ember and myself are going to stay here. Kurova and Melisande, you're up. I don't want to see Arclight or Ghost unless you have to.
You wouldn't see me anyway.
Take my words how you want.
All right, get out of the car.
Yeah, I'll get out with the keys.
I'll just tap my earbud. Stay in touch.
As you two head out, you'll see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that an yeah?
No, that was yeah.
Oh, okay. I get confused in this game. So as you two step out of the van, you will see that black sedan just kind of pull on by. Now, outside the Arcology, the temperature is not quite as regulated. If you remember, I was talking last game about how the temperature is usually like around a good 70 to 80, like a good median, you know. Out here, the air is more arid, especially than you would expect given, you know, being in the Midwest and knowing what that's like. It's more like a desert type temperature. Now, it's already as the sun's coming up, you're noticing it's about 80 degrees right now. Like it's warm. And as you're sitting in the truck, it's one of those situations where it's like you're sitting in a vehicle, it's progressively getting warmer. They took the keys so you can't turn the air on. That motherfucker. So you're literally like cranking the window
I'll slap
down.
Ember in the shoulder. Quit it.
Dude, this ain't me. I mean, I'm fine, by the way, but this ain't me.
So
But it's a dry heat.
yeah, man, but it's a dry heat. All right. So,
I'll open one of the door that I'm closest to or whatever, and I'll just so that way we have something.
okay.
So we're not like dogs in a fucking hot car.
Yeah, definitely.
Until the haboob comes.
It might. Who knows? If it's not
There might
wasteland.
be a haboob in Chicago. Who knows?
So, for those that have stepped outside and started walking towards this building, the building itself sits back maybe about 20, 30 feet from the sidewalk. So it's like literally right there. And there's like a small like fence that goes around it, chain link, kind of shoddy. You can see by the ground and the lack of any real healthy semblance of grass that there's a lot of arid, heat here. Not a lot of rain anymore outside of the Arcology, at least not this far out. In the Arcology, you have hydration sprays that spray everything down and make everything purified and like disinfect stuff. Out here, weather does weather stuff, man, and it's kind of crazy hot right now. So a lot of the greenery you would normally see inside the Arcology is replaced out here by that dusty, like dying grass, color.
Someone hasn't watered their lawn in 6 weeks.
All over the place. When you walk on the grass, you start kicking up a bit of like small bits of dead grass that fly up underneath your footfalls. The air is dry. This smell is something that the Arcology doesn't really prepare you for. There's a lot of trash like towards the dumpsters on the side and back of the building that's just kind of cooking in the morning sun. It's a rough thing to transition from being inside where everything's clean, everything's taken care of. Yeah, you guys have dumpsters and trash can be out for a bit, but out here it's like it just cooks in the sun, and that's not pleasant.
Shit, my grave wind might not actually work on these people.
Yeah, you never know. But on top of that, as far as like foot traffic, you pass like maybe 2 or 3 people as they're leaving the building, going to their cars. Some are going to the parking lot, some are coming out to the street. They just give you kind of nods, but also like the nods are really short, and there's that lingering gaze as they walk by you, like, I don't know you, but it's probably better to mind my business, and they just keep going. It's literally that feeling you're getting from them.
A point of wisdom for all of them.
Yeah, back at the car, I need you guys to roll me a observation.
Right?
Observation, you say?
Or is it I'm pretty sure it's observation here. Perception. It is observation, yes.
I think your observer has left.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I stand corrected. Your observers have left. Both of them.
What?
No. You're asking them to roll observance, right?
Oh yeah, I just was like,
yeah,
oh my god,
the
I'm
people
thinking.
who have high observation have left.
I think it was a stream thing. I was like, what? But I'm seeing things.
You're fine.
I'll take the 9,
Or am I not
and
looking?
that's plus my. It's under your perception. See how
Yep.
many dice you got, and it's plus my perception.
Yes.
So then 14.
Cool.
I don't know if Ember's got observation.
What?
It's under the perception tab. Under your skills.
Oh, there we go.
Remember, you got to manually roll it.
Yep.
I'm
button
rolling
clicks that you
unskilled.
So it's just your base perception, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you roll anything if you're unskilled, right?
Don't
I think you get
believe
one,
so.
don't you?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
This is a
Yeah,
good
I
thing
don't
to know
remember.
because I have several unskilled skills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
having
I think you just use your attribute score as your score.
I
if you don't
know,
have something.
or it becomes a feat. I think.
Possibly.
Maybe it varies by category.
All right, so let me zoom in on this really quick. Pro tip: where the skill chapter is not really discuss how skills work.
No.
I just gotta put
Good
that
to
out there.
know.
Yeah. So skills, testing skills. All right, come on, let's go here. I can find this. There we go. Oh yeah. By the way, everybody's drama points refresh back to 10, which I think I
sweet.
handled last time. All right, unskilled test. So here we go. Sometimes you'll come across a situation in which your character will have to make a test and try to do something for which he doesn't have the right skill. If your story guide determines that your character doesn't have a complementary skill, then you'll have to trust his intuition and a whole lot of blind luck. Make the test, but you only get to roll one die and take half the result.
Ouch.
Ain't
Round
that
up.
about a bitch.
I am not
That's
perceptive.
ain't that about a bitch. Oh hey, a solid 6.
Plus your perception.
You did. His
I did.
perception is apparently
Oh,
a 4.
okay. I see where you added that. All right, cool. Let me get to this.
Does it half the whole thing, or does it just half the dice?
Just has the dice.
It
You
does.
still add your full perception to it.
Okay, cool. So 8.
So I have an opposed.
The Ocho.
I don't think I'm seeing shit.
So let's take the 6, so a 12. Actually, you will. So, as you guys are sitting out in the van, and after Zane kind of opens one of the doors to kind of cool off the inside of the van, since he's getting cooked, I forgot to put that up, actually. I got to do the list. Essentially, hey guys, in chat, I got to put this up here for next time. If you want to help the players out, if you donate 100 bits, they get a drama point. 200, 300, they can get a reroll. So if you guys want to help them out, that's what you can do. Alternatively, you can help the NPCs out. I'm
Yeah,
just
but why would
saying,
they do that?
You know, you just, I mean,
That would be cruel.
some people do it, but we'll get something up officially down for that, so you guys can get a little more like, hey, screw that one bad guy in particular. So
This
Or
one
screw that
dude.
one PC in
Today.
particular.
Yeah, really.
Or fuck that one PC. That's
that Ember's got to be put in its place. So let's just
Dude's a douchebag.
Yeah,
Let's,
he's-
Blame on.
sabotage him.
But he's no Chet.
yeah. His middle name is
No
Chet. though.
chat. Maybe
So-
maybe Ray, don't do that for the Alien games.
Oh no, that's definitely a thing.
Oh.
That's gonna happen.
I don't do
Yeah,
magic,
definitely.
Morty. I
As
do
long as
science.
it's against
One takes
Chad, we're
brains,
good.
the other takes dark eyeliner.
Bubel, thank
Alrighty.
you. Who do you want to give that to? Do you want to give a drama point, which is like a bonus dice to roll, or how they can use to penalize? I might make that channel points redemption. That's actually a good idea, Russ.
I will then bar myself from using them because I have
For
a
the
ridiculous
PCs.
amount.
All right, so we've got. I mean, mark it down. We have one floating drama point that anybody can use that's been donated
Sweet.
Perfect.
because
Thank you.
Blue
Thank
Bell
you, Val.
is having
Thank you very
mercy on
much.
you guys. All right. So
We're
what
gonna need this shit. I get the feeling.
what Ember sees is this security truck pull into the pass, well, not the passer, but the side, like an alleyway between this building and the one over. It's called Veritas Security Forces. It's a van like yours, but you can see it's been given armor plating, and the hatches are more quick release. Like the doors open a lot faster. As you're watching and see them kind of pull up, you'll see the side door slide open, and a couple of guys will just step out, and they're dressed in this armor. Let me actually get this picture up because I actually have a picture of them here that I can show you. So these guys all pile out of this van. There's probably about 4 or 5 of them off the bat. Where are they at here? Here we go. Make sure I'm on the right background. Nope, need to be map background. Enlarge this.
Damn.
You see a couple of these guys step out, and this is in
Hello, mecha motherfuckers.
well,
Okay.
so it's actual regular body armor. It's just the more enhanced stuff. They're actually wearing what is known as I'll pull it up for you guys.
The fuck are you, armor?
It's the Mark V or Mark IV armor. It's very effective against both ballistic and trauma. So they step out. They're all carrying rifles. They're all carrying enforcer pistols as well.
I will
And
definitely inform both Arclight and Ghost over our comms.
oh well, Ember sees it now. Whether or not he tells you about it is another story.
Oh, I rolled a 14. I thought I saw 2.
Oh, I thought you only had a 10. Oh, I forgot your
no,
plus. Yeah.
Ember's got an 8. I have a 14.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you both see it then. Now, the two that Ghost and Arclight don't notice this because as you walk in, there's literally like a line of dumpsters and etc. that kind of separate this from your line of sight. So when that van pulls up, you see a van, you don't see anything else. It's really not possible because you can't see through walls in this form.
We got
That's
company.
true.
Somebody called something in.
Yeah, some guys in some pretty sophisticated looking armor and rifles. Just
Oh,
if we're needed, let us know.
how many?
4 or 5.
Look over at Garova over there.
One time
I'm
you're
looking up the
scared.
building. I'm looking at the building, Ray. How easy is this going to be to scale?
Looking at it, like you see the building that you see in front of you, you're gonna have to climb onto a balcony, then like stand on the railing, leap up, grab,
Rail.
and pull yourself up 20 stories. I mean, you can do it. I'd make it a couple of checks, like maybe for like once every 5 balconies or so.
Are you allergic to stairs?
I mean, there is that, but I'd probably put it, to be completely honest, in this heat and given the kind of uneven nature of some of the balcony railings and how it can rattle a lot, it's probably gonna be hard. So somewhere around the ballpark of between 20 and 25 is a difficulty. But you
This
do.
right here, this whole thing that kind of looks like not quite a rail or something like that. Could I not grab onto that and just start scaling it up, a la the French Spider-Man, the guy who climbs buildings? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'd still probably put it around the same difficulty.
Here, I thought you were talking about the Spider-Man movie. I'll start calling you Night Monkey.
Yeah, it's still gonna probably be like around 20 to 25, maybe on the lower end, but it's gonna be in that ballpark. Plus, given the buildings out here and the fact that people are waking up going to work right now, you probably gonna get spotted.
Gonna call a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where-
if you went
all right,
Tiger,
where
you get
are
a lot of
we-
attention too.
The side of the building that we're facing, where is the alley where the security team went in?
So you're facing the front essentially. They're on this
Okay.
side over here. They haven't gone in. They just got out of this van. They haven't done shit yet.
All right, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna kind of not noticeably, but I'm gonna pick up the pace by extending my stride.
Okay.
So I avoid going into a trot, but I want to quicken. I want to accelerate my getting to the door.
Yeah, you're basically kind of just walking at a brisk pace, and that's fine. You guys make it to the door. There's no ID scanner. There's no like punch code. It's just an unlocked door, just a glass door. You can just pull open and walk in.
And I do so.
I'll follow him.
You guys step into this essentially lobby of this apartment, building. The tiles are, some of them are cracked. It's not very well kept up. There's like some trash off in the corner. There's no welcoming desk. Looks like there may have been at one point, but it's empty now. Like one of those like raised like counter desks that kind of sit off to a corner. Nobody's behind it. Looks like nobody's been behind it for quite some time. On the opposite wall, you see a whole series of mailboxes. Those real cheap metal, slotted mailboxes. You just put your key in, take your stuff, and head out. Beyond that, like as the lobby extends itself, there's a couple of support pillars here and there. I guess there's enough. Like if you needed to, you could take cover by this. Then you see a stairwell in the far back corner, and just before that, there's like one bank of 2 elevators on the left hand side.
Do we have an apartment number?
Yeah, you have a full address.
Oh, cool. I'll head straight for the stairs.
Yep.
Okay.
Going right with him.
Elevator will slow me down.
All right.
I'll hit interceptor and I'll let him know as well that we got a van with 4 or 5 bogies and Mark 4 armor. Can you see if there's any radio chatter?
Just a van, just chilling out.
Yeah, it looks like kind of like what we got, only armored. And then, like I said, 4 or 5 guys popped out in Mark 4 armor and
Veritas.
some rifles.
Oh, the security company.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look. Let me get him up. So you'll hear him go quiet as he starts tapping away and doing his magic.
Go, Tech Man, go.
He's got some ridiculous shit, as we all know.
Do the damn thing.
So Eric, we'll see about getting some stuff. And we have Arclight climbing the stairs now. Is Ghost taking the stairs as well?
Yep, Ghost's going right with him.
Okay.
You never leave your partner behind.
Not a problem.
Go, Eric, go. Go,
So
Eric.
you got a 12. It's not bad. He'll come back on the comms a second later and be like, "Hey, I've gotten some weird interference here. Like that security
You
team,
getting, like white noise?
just nothing. But there's something there, but I can't break into it."
Is there anything
Alright.
that we can do that would help to be able to break into it?
Not unless you can help me code.
I cannot. I can go
Definitely
break the
not.
van.
That would probably not be the most subtle way to break in, essentially. You know what I mean?
I didn't
do.
push
I'm
the oh
telling
shit
you what I
button yet, Ember.
I'm just saying what I'm able to do. That's all I'm throwing out there. I'm not saying
Look,
whether
I'm
it's a good
walking
idea
up
or
a
not.
flight. I'm walking up 20 flights of stairs. What do you need?
What do you mean?
Nothing. He needs help coding.
If I'm going to be breaking into this secure communications platform, I kind of need a second pair of hands, at least the way it's looking right now.
Hello, computer hacker.
Yeah, but you're also going into this building, from what I gather, to go check
Yeah.
up on this individual.
20 flights of stairs.
Yeah, not going to happen. It's going to be your full and undivided attention to do this.
Suit yourself.
Not suiting myself. I'm telling you what I know. With all,
Are there other people using the stairwell?
not that you guys have passed so far. You're like maybe 9 or 10 flights up. Not a single person.
Any noise from the side of the building that the dude bros are on?
Nope.
Race you to the top. I'm gonna take off.
Like you're going to take your phone?
Asshole.
No. I'm not changing.
Okay.
I'm getting my exercise for the day in because it's been a long night already, and I need to get the adrenaline pumping.
Fair enough. So you start just kind of dashing yourself up the stairs.
Yep, 2-3 stairs at a time.
All right.
Jump.
So you start making your way up at a good clip, and roughly about 5-10 minutes later, as you guys start really like just making your way up those stairs, let's give him another check.
Yeah.
Much better, Eric. Thank you.
You guys get to, I'd say, probably like the 18th floor, and everybody hears Eric go, "Shit."
That's never a good sound.
It just
I slow down a little bit, but I'm not going to stop. Waiting for him to let us know what's up.
guys. So I did some background on them as I was, well, I had a second program going while I was getting everything else for you guys. I've gotten the communications. That's not an issue. Looks like they're in a holding pattern right now. They're waiting for somebody to give them the green light. But I've also tracked back Veritas to like 3 or 4 different shell corporations. And we kind of share an origin point, if you know what I mean.
Shit.
Friends of friends?
No, further back. Like, you know, the people we don't like. I don't want to get into it.
Right. Friends of friends.
Yeah, then, essentially.
Old friends.
All right, Ember, let's go.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, there is some
Get
city.
out of the car, Ray.
Straight back into hauling ass.
Yep.
Savage and Ember will get out and head over to the building, just at a normal walk,
Okay.
nonchalant.
Cracking my knuckles.
All right.
Nonchalant cracks knuckles.
Yeah, Ember, like, yeah, it's fine. Looking at security guards.
Right.
You know?
Somehow.
Weird flex, but all right.
It's him being subtle, you know? As you two start walking towards the building itself, you'll reach the entrance just as these two actually reach the top floor. So I'm going to go ahead and move everybody to the floor itself. And I'm going to adjust this over here so we can see it. Everybody should be able to see, I'm thinking.
Yep.
There we are. All right.
All right, so this is the apartment you arrive at. Now, there's only 2 of you here, so I swear if I see Zane or Ember move before you get here, I'm throwing you out the window.
Out the window.
Defenestration.
Yeah. So you're outside this building. Or outside this door. Essentially, the stairs you came from are down back this way. Let's say this is like the
Right.
hall, like the right. She's right at the stairs. And the end of the building is further this direction. As you can see, her balcony is up here. Why am I clicking on that? But I clicked over on Streamlabs, like I can ping it. You can see the balcony's over here, so that's the side of the end of the side of the building there. The door's there. It's closed, obviously. What are you two doing?
What kind of lock
Well-
on the door?
Yeah.
Standard lock, you know, key lock.
Okay.
Would that be larceny or security?
That's a good
Or criminal.
question. No, criminal's more like fencing stuff
Okay.
and like, you know, finding things of that nature.
I mean, I also have larceny, so.
Right. Which one's gonna be more appropriate? It's the question.
Right, because they're both under intellect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got both, so just pick one.
So criminal's actually white collar crime.
Oh,
Or excuse me, that's larceny. Criminal is
probably B&E.
lock picking, breaking locks, picking pockets, disabling alarms, stealing objects up your notes. So yeah, criminal is the appropriate one.
All right,
Oh.
I will step out of the way because that's her gig.
No, it's not.
No?
I'm larceny.
And does anybody have criminal?
What's that under intellect?
No,
That's
criminal
agility.
under
Agility.
agility.
Oh.
Although I do have a very nice agility score.
I have criminal.
Look at you, sending the
That's-
wrong people up here.
Criminal is the only agility skill I do not have.
Well, we know where your XP's fucking going.
Well, I'll let you
Absolutely.
roll your security at half. So like whatever your security skill is at, like 2 or 3 dice, reduce it by half before you roll. Like, you know,
My
so-
security is only a 1.
Half round up or
I do have unspent
Round
XP, though.
round down?
yeah. However, you do. Everybody has there's a pool. There's one story point hanging out in a pool right now.
Hold on.
And you also have your own.
And that's intellect? Yeah, it's intellect based.
What, security?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, security's intellect.
Yep. So
And that's
you-
rolling my security at half.
Okay, so
round
you
down.
didn't use that point then.
No.
Okay.
My security's at a 5.
Okay. So you're essentially at a 13, which will get you enough to pop the lock. There's a couple moments where it gets frustrating for Ghost as she's fucking with this stupid, antiquated goddamn lock. And it's really hard to suppress the urge to just fucking go Tager and just float through the damn door. But you finally hear that click right at the edge of your patience. And the knob freely turns for you.
She's literally doing this.
I'll listen at the door.
Okay.
Is there any movement or activity inside?
Roll your observation. While he's doing that, outside as Zane and Ember get to the door and head inside, you will hear helicopters overhead. And you will see like 1 or 2 NEG helicopters flying in towards the Arcology from the outside area. They don't seem to be
Try
stopping.
and keep it.
It's just
Try and keep it low key at least for now. We got choppers flying overhead. I'm talking to you, Ember.
Yeah, I'm
That'll be 17.
totally chill.
okay. So you will hear movement from inside. It sounds like there's a TV or a newscast going. There's some conversation, but it seems to die down and you hear a door close inside.
There might be more than one person, or there's one person talking on a communication device, but the TV's on.
Good. Go in.
All right. I'll try and quietly and slowly open the door, watching as it opens, my field of vision expands.
Yep. You'll hear somebody in the kitchen.
Alrighty. Do. I'm going to creep in. Right to here. What do I
Well,
see down the hallway? And
you-
or
You see a
is
living
that
room.
door open?
Is which door open?
The door to this bedroom, right to
This
the east
door
of
is
me.
open. Yeah, it's open. You see like a bookshelf and like a window. You can see the edge of the balcony outside. I'm gonna put you in a square. Put you in a square.
Fair.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Well, if you're sneaking in, I need you to roll your stealth.
Ooh, awesome.
Okay.
Still need you to roll it because you can roll crap. That can happen. No, you
roll like
Stealth
hot
is
garbage.
agility?
Yeah.
Is that
Yep.
agility?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
Take the 2 7s.
Mm-hmm. +8.
Okay, so 22.
Mm-hmm.
22. So 22 is what I need to beat. Oh, look at that. So 15 doesn't quite make a 27, so or 22. So you guys are in. You're good. At least no sound. Yeah, no sound of anybody being suddenly like, "What's that?" And no alert symbols. So you have to throw on like cardboard boxes or hide in a rock. I don't know, but
Become bush.
Some Metal Gear Solid shit right there.
if somebody's in there, they better come out. So you can hear, it sounds like somebody is in the kitchen, like making either a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, because you hear like cabinets open and close, and then like liquid pouring.
The stalking bush is stalking.
Essentially.
We're just casually making our way up the stairs.
Do.
Do I know like nobody's talking anymore?
No, she's just like having coffee.
Have
You
coffee.
you hear like the broadcast TV's on, like in the living room you can see ahead, like right up here. There's definitely a TV on or some sort of broadcasts, but she's
Right.
just pouring herself a cup of coffee.
I'm gonna peek into this room.
Okay. It looks like it's her bedroom.
I'm backing him up.
You can see the bed off to the side, right underneath the window. It's generally just a pretty standard bedroom. Nothing out of the ordinary. You do see some decorations on the wall, like combat decorations. This person qualified well as a marksman, went through several different training tests and exams. There is a licensure also on display for being a legal parapsychic.
Oh, this could get fun.
Nice.
Right. I'm gonna tap on Ghost's shoulder. I'm gonna point to that last one.
There's no actual knuckle cracking, but she just gets a little grin on her face like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh man.
So what do you guys do?
She does the after you motion. Because if I have to, I can go behind that wall, tag her up, and go step inside of her.
Yeah, that's not our objective though.
No, it's not.
She also is a private NEG military, so
Which could explain why these fuckers are outside.
All right. Hey, do you know there's a security team outside waiting to bust into this place?
you literally just announced that.
Yep.
He stepped right
Yeah,
in the doorway. I was
absolutely.
like, hey, check it out.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so give me just 1 second. I had to look this up real quick.
What quick draw is or her powers?
Her powers, because you're getting what we call a mind whammy.
Blasted.
Okay, so first she has to roll to activate it.
Fail.
Pardon?
What?
Surely not a fail.
She'll roll
No.
17, which is over the difficulty. Now we make a contest of her ability on this versus your tenacity feat.
And don't forget that free fucking that free drama point, sir, if you need it.
Yeah,
Maybe you
It's
maybe use
there
it.
for a reason.
yeah, you guys have one, but it should be your tenacity feat. So half your tenacity, roll that many dice, and then add your tenacity.
And what is a drama point do?
It
You
can
can
add
extra.
additional dice to you. So you can do a couple different things with it. It's actually very, very versatile. So drama points can be used to increase your character's number of dice for a test by 1. You can increase an ally's dice by 1. So anybody's dice can be increased as a player spending 1.
I remember that.
Right. You can take a
And
dice
we
away.
can also reduce the enemy's die.
Sure
we
can.
did that.
Yep. But 1 for 1 total. Or you can also, let's see, test by 1, allies plus 1, increase number of dice the characters roll for a test of maximum of 10 dice, reduce overall to 1. Yeah, actually, that's pretty much how you can do it. You can increase the dice, reduce a dice, things of that nature.
All right, I will go ahead and use that floating drama point.
Take one of mine too. I want to make sure you beat this.
Okay.
Okay, doke.
Not about to have an arc like go fucking batshit on me.
Damn. That's all right. It's still not bad.
Yeah.
I'd take the 9, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, so it gives me a 16.
She'll take the 10 and a 7 for the 17.
Damn.
So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fun. You find yourself as you're like, hey, do you know the security team just outside? Like Bill and Ted, right? You're like, dude. You peer around and say this. You just kind of saunter in view.
Excellent.
She looks at you, literally draws her pistol that's on her hip. It's an enforcer, so it's one of those heavy pistols. But then you start reliving the last 24 hours. Like, in your mind, it's just like everything is being called up, and you can feel it being drained into her. Like, she's literally ripping through your brain to find out who the fuck you are and why you're here.
And I have no control over what she's getting.
Nope, not at all. She won the test, so she pretty much gets to do whatever the fuck she wants with your brain. So, right now, she can, since her level of skill is at a expert at a 4, you can dig all the way back to childhood and have access to things the subject doesn't even remember. Even hidden desires are open to you.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
this
that's
is
rough.
this is why it's like dangerous parapsychic. As she pulls out of your head, you hear her yell, "Richards!" At that point, Ghost
Oh, that's when I'll actually step around the corner and go, oh, just who we're looking for.
Ghost will see the door to this bedroom open, or this other room up here.
Oh, I was about to say, that's not a bedroom.
It's an office area, actually. And he'll pop out. Well, can you see? You can't really. You got the wall here. You
Nope.
can't see him.
Yep.
But our friend
I
here
would be
can.
sharing the same square as him, but
You can't.
I-
As you know, you can't.
well, I could. It would just require me to be a tagger right now.
Well, you can't because you can't. So you hear that door open. Arc-like manages to see Hightop, like, with a gun, like, what the fuck? You'll hear his voice, at least for Ghost. And as this occurs, we have our other 2 Tigers kind of sauntering their way up the stairs. And you hear Eric go, fuck, again. Yeah, guys are moving in.
Incoming.
Found him.
I'm gonna start. Ember, double time. We're gonna start fucking running upstairs.
I'll head up post haste.
I don't want to have to test this fucking building's fire safety code, but that shit might happen.
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
I know you are.
2 turns,
That
you guys will
bothers
be
me
up
a
there.
little.
Those that are inside will hear this, like, clink, 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 clink from the balcony.
Can I let me know when I
I
can
might
move.
be able to see that over the fucking island in her kitchen.
Yeah, you can see the balcony. This is all, like, window panes here. So, yeah, definitely. You just see chunks of that concrete, like, railway just click off. Like, something has impacted on the other side.
As we're running, I'll just say, make the apartment defensible. They're coming up.
And that wraps up the first part of this session. We have our players having discovered where Hightop was hiding out. We've got them tracking down this rogue operator to his contact's apartment outside of the Arcology. Unfortunately, Arclight's brain kind of got rifled through by the private for the NEG. And at the end there, we have security forces closing in, and we have Savage telling everybody to start defending the apartment. We'll see how this goes down for them. We do have some unexpected surprises that occurred because of some of the audience participation, so we'll see how it all rolls out. See you guys next Tuesday.